welcoming you to Chair Yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. Thank you so much for finding your way here today to take a good care of yourself. We're here with a group of about 25 practitioners from all around the world, and some of you are talking about recovering from various illnesses, flus and pneumonia, etc. And so you might need a little immune system support. Others of us are caring for injuries or issues in the spine, so we're going to be doing some awareness of moving the spine in all directions. And some of us are stressed out and need some centering. So hopefully that we can get that throughout our class. I want to start with a little bit of movement right away. And maybe there's a day where you don't really feel very energetic, but you can always move the arms to whatever degree feels safe for you. And this is a great way to just boost the immune system function just by moving the lymph fluid. So I'm going to inhale my arms out and up and exhale the arms down. Good. I'm inhaling, lifting my arms up. Maybe a little higher, exhaling the arms down. Good, breathing in, arms rising maybe a little higher, breathing out. Good, breathing in, arms rise. I got it, Beth. We'll see what we can do for that. Do a couple more at your own pace, lifting the arms up. Bringing the arms down. Every time we move the arms above the collarbone, it's acting as a pump for the lymph fluid. Right? The lymph fluid does not have a pump of its own. We need to move or massage. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. All right, and I'm just going to relax my hands. And I'm going to bring my hands onto my heart just for a moment. One hand on top of the other hand, and I can feel my feet on the earth. And I might just close my eyes for a moment. Closing my eyes. And I could breathe into my heart center. Breathe out of my heart center and feeling the expansion and contraction of this space, the rib cage, moving in and out. Taking a few easy breaths into the heart space. As we, in the United States and all over the world, celebrate Martin Luther King Day, I would like to share one of my favorite quotes. Dr. Martin Luther King wrote, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." And King was a wonderful human being and a great admirer of Gandhi. And he borrowed Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance. This is something that we, in our yoga philosophy, call the practice of ahimsa. Nonviolence is the very first moral code we live by. So we're calling upon that kindness and compassion, breathing into the heart space. As a form of nonviolence, breathing in and out of the heart space and conjuring from within ourselves light and love. Feeling the connection that we share with each other in this space. We are not alone. And we hope that as we move through today's practice, we can treat ourselves with the utmost care and kindness, and that practice can ripple out to those around us. Maybe you can take 1 or 2 more breaths into the heart space. So beautiful, my friends. Thank you so much for listening to that and for drawing that into your heart. So I'll take my hands down into my lap. One of you was talking about needing centering today, and this is one of my favorite practices for centering. It's called Brahma mudra, and it's the combination of seed syllables or vowel sounds. We actually make sounds. The vibration is calming, the vibration is soothing, and we also move the head, and this can help release tension in the neck and shoulders, which is where many of us feel stress in the body. So let's go ahead and just do the neck movement first. So I'm going to spin my chin to the right and then come back to center. I'm breathing in, chin to the left, exhaling back to center. This time, inhale, looking up, coming back to center with the chin. Inhale, tucking the chin down. Exhaling back to center. Let's do all of that again. Breathing in, chin to the right. Exhale to center. You've got it. Inhale, chin to the left. Exhale to center. Inhale, chin up. Exhale to center. And inhale, chin down. Exhale to center. We're always coming back to center. So let's add the seed syllables. A, U, E, and every time we come back to center, we're creating a sound. So breathing into the right, exhaling, doesn't have to sound good. Inhale to the left. Exhale back to center. Ooh. Inhale, lifting up. Back to center. E. Inhale, tucking the chin down. Coming back to center with an Let's do all of that again, this time perhaps with the eyes closed. Breathing into the right, exhaling to center. Inhale left to center. Inhale, lift. Centering with an E. Inhale, tuck. Back to center. And now staying here with the eyes closed, just creating a few more of the sound. So just humming with the mouth closed, breathing in through the nose and exhaling. Noticing where you feel that. For 2 more breaths. And last one. Beautiful, my friends. Blinking the eyes open. Let's go ahead and move the arms, move the head and neck a little bit. So I'm going to stretch my right arm out to the right. And I'm going to see how it would feel to create a lot of space between the fingers. Really wide grip, and the fingers can tilt back towards my face a little bit. So it's quite a big stretch for the hand and wrist. And then I'll curl my fist around my knuckle and drop the knuckles down. I'm breathing in, lifting the palm up, spreading the fingers, exhaling, knuckles down. Welcoming you, Karen, welcoming you, Janice. Inhaling one last time, knuckles dropping down. And then I'll just keep my hand lifted and tilt my left ear towards my left shoulder. And I'm going to make some circles here. That's right. You got it, Carol. Let that left shoulder relax. And I'm circling the palm. Both shoulders are relaxed. That's good. Little by little, that palm is going to move downward. Find some easy breaths. If you can do that with a cat in your lap, Marty, I will be most impressed. And we're coming down, down, down. We can tuck the arm behind the back, if that would feel okay for you, and spin the chin down. So I'm trying to release some tension. So my chin is looking down over to my left shoulder. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to release a little tension from my right upper shoulder neck area. And I could take a breath in, maybe sigh it out the mouth. I'm taking exquisite care of myself today. Beautiful. Let's come back up and we'll switch, do all of that on the other side. So stretching that left arm over to the left, lots and lots of space between the fingers, and tilting the fingers back towards the face, so big wrist stretch. And then let's go ahead and curl that fist around our thumb and drop the knuckles down. Breathing in, lifting up, spreading wide. Exhaling, releasing down, knuckles dropping. Got it, Beverly, beautiful. Last one, inhale, spread. Exhale, drop. And then we can keep the arm lifted and tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. We're taking some little circles here. And I don't want to lift the shoulder towards the chin. I just want to let that right shoulder relax. Circling downwards, little by little. Just noticing. And then I could tuck my arm behind my back. That's beautiful, Carol. And we're spinning the chin down, taking some easy breaths. So I'm peeking over at my right shoulder, and I'm just letting both shoulders completely relax and taking a couple breaths here. Sighing it out the mouth. And if you were in our Yoga Nidra class yesterday and you want to inwardly repeat your intention, you could do that here. If you were not there and you'd like an intention, you could create one such as, I'm taking care of myself. I'm calm. Good. Coming back up. And I'm going to rub the hands together, create a little warmth. And I could even blow into the hands if my hands feel cold. Interlace the fingers and massage the hand for a moment, and then we'll press the palms away. Juice up the fingers. Got it, Jane. And then I'm lifting the arms up as far as feels safe to me. Taking a big breath, and then releasing the arms down and grabbing on to the back of my chair, or maybe I can interlace my fingers behind my back or grab opposite elbows, or however you want to do this, but you notice I'm undoing that rounded posture. And I'm trying to lift my heart and squeeze my shoulder blades together. I might even lift my chin a little bit and take a couple breaths into my heart space, opening up to that care and kindness that is within me. Maybe receiving care and kindness from those around me. It's good, Catherine. And then we're letting go and letting the arms dangle for a moment, just swinging the arms. And now we do a little bit of a spinal movement here. So I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides and then back a little bit. So I'm like the mermaid on the front of the ship, right? I'm pushing my heart forward and I'm arching my back. I'm taking a breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to swing my arms in front, interlace the fingers, and kind of pull the arms away from the body. So I'm not rounding my back per se, but I'm creating a little space in my upper back. You got it. Inhale, open wide, arch the back. Exhale, interlace, pull the arms away. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, open wide. I am open to receiving love today. Exhale, interlace, pull the arms away. And 1 more big breath in. Exhale, interlace. Beautiful. Sitting up and giving ourselves a hug. Maybe you want to close the eyes, repeat your intention, or just remind yourself to go slowly if that's what you need. All right. And then let's go ahead and take that sip of water if you need it. I'm going to move my chair back a little bit so we can do some full body motions. So let's open up the stance a little bit. I'm at the very edge of my chair and my feet are out to the side a little bit. My hands are resting on my lap and I'm just going to make some circles with my torso. Circles with my torso, they don't have to be the largest circles in the world. Right? So just circling the torso with a wide stance. I'm not in any hurry today. I'm going to take exquisite care of myself always. If there's something that I need to do that's different from what we're doing in class, I will do that instead. And then I'll move in the other direction. Breathing. You got it. Circling the torso, stirring the pot, getting the energy flowing, getting the spine moving. You got it, Marnie, that's beautiful. Maybe there's even a little arching, tiny bit of rounding as you do this. All right, slowly letting the pendulum swing back, coming back to center, and I'll place my feet on the earth. And now I'll take my hands onto my belly and I'll rub in a clockwise direction. Okay, so I'm just rubbing my belly in a clockwise direction. This could be something, a part of your body that also feels like center. And I'm going to invite some ease into my belly. I'm going to let the belly soften for a change. And I might take 1 or 2 breaths here where I can feel the movement of the belly with my breath. Taking exquisite care of ourselves as a form of nonviolence, as a form of ahimsa. This is one of our very first moral codes we yogis practice. And we can relax the hands back into the lap and stretch that right arm up and over. So I'm leaning over to the left side, I'm exposing my right side body, and then I'll come back to center. You got it. Inhale, left arm lift up and over, leaning to the right. And I'm moving from side to side at my own pace. This is another way we can move the spine, lateral flexion. Right? So maybe our goal, if we're caring for back issues, every day is to try to move the spine in all directions. And it really should be a goal of any of us with a spine, to move the spine in all directions every day. And this is one movement we don't necessarily do a whole lot of. And we can get really inelastic in between the ribs, all that soft tissue, connective tissue, and even the muscles in between the ribs can become stiff. So this is a great one, especially if you've been coughing a lot lately or you've been snow shoveling, you might feel it here. All right, and I'm coming back to center. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides and then bend my elbows. So I'm in the shape of a cactus or goalpost. And I'm going to turn my goalpost to the right. So I'm twisting my spine just a little bit, breathing into center. Exhaling, twisting the spine left just a little bit, breathing into center. Exhaling right. Inhaling center. Exhaling left. One more on each side. Go at your own pace. Another way we can move the spine is rotation. And we're coming back to center and giving ourselves another hug. Maybe tucking the chin and taking a breath in, repeating our intentions, and then releasing the arms down. Grabbing onto my chair or just steadying myself by placing my hands behind me, I'm going to walk my feet back in, and then I'll walk my feet out. And I can feel that my core, which is a place I consider one of my centers, my core is working here to stay steady. Walking out, walking in, and imagining also those lymph nodes at the hip crease are getting a little nudge. So my lymph fluid is getting a little pump here as well. That's good. All right, we're going to walk back to center, and then I'll just bring my hands wherever feels good, and I'm going to stretch my right foot out in front of me with the heel on the earth, and I'm just going to pump the foot down and up. Right, so I'm pressing the foot down, stepping on the gas, and then pulling the toes up towards the face. A couple more like that. Little bit of movement in a lot of places is our goal, so that the energy can flow throughout the entire body. And when you're ready, you can switch sides. And some of you who care for peripheral neuropathy, as we pump the foot on the left side, have told me that this helps you at least strengthen the muscles where in a part of the body where you experience peripheral neuropathy, which can be useful to help manage symptoms. And some of you even use a resistance band for this, which is awesome. And we're going to be meeting with Nancy Campbell at the end of the month. She's going to be sharing probably this exercise. We'll see what she does. I hope you can join me. So now we're going to do a little brain activity here. So we're going to bring our arms straight out in front with the elbows bent. So I've got my elbows bent and I'm with fists. I know it's kind of hard to see me today. And I'm going to step the right foot and the left arm out. Opposite arm, opposite leg moving out. Other arms, other legs. And then opposite arm, opposite leg in. And if you're chuckling to yourself because this is really hard, don't worry. It will get easier, and it's great for your brain to create these new neural pathways. Walking in, walking out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Thank you, Marnie, for this idea. I was watching you earlier. Looking really good today, looking really sharp over there in Martha's Vineyard. Walking in, walking out. One more time. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Good, and then I'm giving myself a really big hug just for trying. Just for trying that one. That one was hard. And then I'll take a moment to observe the energy in my body and decide whether standing up and doing some standing exercises is right for me today. And if it is, I'll come up to stand mindfully, just reminding you that never in a hurry. And if you're staying seated today, we'll modify the practice for you as best we can. Maybe that's an opportunity to reset your camera or take a sip of water. You got it. So I'm going to start with a wide stance right away. And I'm just going to bring my hips, make circles with my hips as if I were wearing a hula hoop. Circling the hips in one direction, forward, side, back, side, at whatever pace feels right to you. Lubricating the hip joints, moving in the other direction. Right? And if you're seated, you can do a torso circle like we did. All right. And then I'll bring my arms down at my sides. And I'm going to lift that right arm up and over. And as I lift the right arm up and over, I'm going to ask the left arm to dangle and be loose. Right? So really even move that left arm around a little bit and let it be really loose so the space is opening up in the shoulder. And then we're lifting the left arm up and over, and the right arm is relaxing, letting go of cares, concerns, burdens, worries. Coming back, right arm reaching up and over, left arm is loose. And last one, left arm up and over. Right arm is relaxing, swinging, letting go. All right, and then I'm coming back, and I'm just going to take a moment to walk in place. You can do this whether you're seated or standing. And as I'm walking in place, I'm noticing, am I swinging my arms? And if I'm swinging my arms, am I swinging opposite arm with opposite leg? And if I'm not doing that, could I try to do that? Right? Could I stop, reset, and do opposite arm, opposite leg, and feel that center, that core that is keeping you upright, that is keeping you balanced? That's good, Beth. We're breathing. We're moving lymph fluid. Got it, Lois. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm holding onto my chair for this. I'm going to notice the toes. Whether I'm wearing shoes or not, I'm going to see if I could lift my toes up off the earth and spread them really wide. Dig them back down. Good. Lift, widen, and dig down. Let's do 2 more like that. Lift and spread. Dig them back down. So I'm only moving my toes. And maybe the toes are listening and maybe they're not. All right, and now I'm going to come up onto the balls of my feet, tiptoeing up and slowly releasing down. I'm breathing in as I rise up, breathing out as I come down, and I'm working towards taking my hand or hands off my chair as I do this. And if my hands are off my chair and I feel safe, I might also lift my arms up. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe it's just one arm. Breathing in, breathing out. It's beautiful. Maybe it's a little flutter. Maybe it's a long float. Taking care of myself today. Practicing compassion towards myself. And that compassion that I practice towards myself will ripple out to those around me. I can set an example of how to take care of myself. You got it, Glenn. Beautiful. One more lift. Exhale, release down. All right. Now I'm going to come into the infamous chair pose. And sometimes this in yoga is referred to as awkward pose. And I'll show you why. So we're going to slowly bend the knees and bring the hips back. It's almost like I'm a skier skiing down a slope. And if this feels like it puts pressure on your low back, I'd like you to pull the belly towards the spine so you're engaging the core. And you can turn on the glute muscles by isometrically pushing the feet apart. And if that's too many cues, just do what feels good. And then I'll bring my arms straight out in front. I might sink a little bit deeper. My heart is lifted, my palms face each other. You got it, Karen. Big breath. Sink a little deeper. Good. And now I'm inhaling and the arms are lifting up. And as I exhale, I'm sinking back down. Hips are back. I'm going to bring my arms all the way back. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale, sink down. Chair pose, so strong. Arms are back. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, sinking down. Arms are back. And last one, inhale. And exhale, arms back. And now I'm going to stay here in my chair pose with my hands at heart center, pulling my belly towards my spine. One more big breath. All right, and then we're coming out of it. I'm going to take a stretch. So I'll take my hands onto my chair and walk a few steps back. I can also use a wall or a countertop. If I have vertigo or glaucoma, I'm keeping my head lifted. If I'm clear to do so, I might gaze down towards my toes with my chin tucked. I'd like to feel a little stretch in the backs of my legs. And I'd like to feel a little space in my spine. I'm just taking a couple breaths here in our version of a down dog. Inhale, walk yourself up nice and slow. And then step the right foot forward. Bring the left foot back at a little bit of an angle. So I have a nice wide base here. If you feel wobbly, walk the right foot to the right. So my torso is coming from a leaning forward to an upright posture. And I'm squeezing my left glute muscle. And then we can go ahead and just lift that left arm up and over a few times, or do whatever feels best for that left arm. Maybe it's rested on the heart. I can feel a really nice stretch in the front of my left hip here. Up and over one last time. Good. And then I'm shortening my stance a little bit. So I still have my right foot forward. I'm going to take a bow and maybe bring my forearms onto the back of my chair, tipping my belly towards my heart, tucking my chin. If I don't feel enough stretching sensation, I could go a little bit farther, maybe putting my fingertips onto the seat of my chair, right? Or practicing this pose however I like to, if I have a regular yoga practice, which most of you do because you practice with me every week. Good. We're coming up nice and slow, and I'm just going to pour a little weight into my right foot, and we're just going to kick up that left leg a few times. Kick up that left leg, right? It doesn't have to be as far as you possibly can go. It's kicking up that left heel. You got it, Anne, that's beautiful. And then I might keep that leg lifted. I'm pulling my belly up and in, and I'm stretching the right arm out. Opposite arm, opposite leg. One big breath. Got it, Joyce? And then I'm relaxing. And between sides, I'm going to walk it out. Opposite arm, opposite leg, going for a walk with all my Walden friends. Releasing some of that pent-up energy I might have today. Finding my breath. All right. And then we'll do all of that on the other side. So I got the left foot forward now. Right foot is back at a little bit of an angle. Bending into that left knee and widening my base if I need it. Squeezing my right glute muscle, torso's upright. And this time I can lift the right arm up and over to whatever degree feels good to me. You got it, Lisa. Swinging that arm up and over. Heart is lifted. Right, my torso's upright. So I'm not leaning forward. You got it. One or two more. I love that, Lois. A great way to practice. And then we'll go ahead and shorten the stance. Still with the left foot forward. Take a bow. Lean the heart forward. Tuck your chin. Belly towards the spine. So I'm taking care of my low back. And if anything feels uncomfortable or causes pain, you're not going to do it. You're going to steer clear. Finding my breath. You got it, Beth. Wonderful. Walking ourselves up. Bringing the weight into that left foot. I'm going to kick up my right heel. Yeehaw! kick up that right heel. Right, I've got my hands on my chair. And then I might keep my right leg lifted. It could be a little tiny bit. It could be a lot. Pulling my belly towards my spine and reaching my left arm forward. You got it, Betty Ann. Beautiful. One more breath. And then releasing down, and I'm walking it out. So I feel that that's a really good one for back strengthening. I could feel that in my lower back and my core. Opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, and now we'll do one more standing posture. Let's go ahead and do our flamingo pose. So standing on one leg. I have my chair here. I'm going to bring my weight into the right foot. I'll pick up my left heel and maybe have a little slight bend to my right knee. I might keep my toe on the ground the whole time, or I could lift my leg up and hug it in. Zipping up my core and purposefully looking for my wobble point, right? So I'm trying to find the edge of my balance. And if I'm feeling really steady, and this is really easy for me today, I could close my eyes, right? If I'm seated, I could envision myself in my mind's eye doing this. Right? And I'm showing up for myself with compassion right now. And giving myself gold stars. All right, you got it. Walk it out between sides. And then we'll do the other side. So our goal is to do that every day. Some of us were talking about doing it while we brush our teeth in the morning. I've been doing tiptoe floats as I brush my teeth. You got it, Renee. Thank you. And that's been really great for my calves. So switching sides, weight in the left foot, holding onto my chair, hugging that right leg in, zip up your core, and purposefully try to find the edge. Right? Maybe it's there right away, and that's okay. When you fall out of it and you come back, that's our practice. That's where we find that we can maintain what we have or even improve. You got it, Beth. That's beautiful. And you got it, Joanne. Wonderful. Walk it out. If there's one more, any other movements you'd like to make in the body, here's a good one I love. So I kind of lean forward and I let my arms be really heavy. And then I'm just going to swing the arms using actually the rest of my muscles in my body. So my arms are not working at all. Right? I'm thinking of this as a stress management tool. Right? I'm envisioning all of my stresses, my cares, my concerns, just kind of dripping off the ends of my fingers. I'm letting go of them. All right. You got it, friends. And then we'll go ahead and find a seated posture if you're not already there. Finding a seated posture on the way down, I'm not in any hurry either. Right, so taking care to make my way to a seated posture. And we'll just do a couple more stretches and call it a day. So let's bring that right ankle over the left knee, if that is possible for you. And if it's not possible for you, just observe that without judgment and try to modify to the best of your ability. So I'm going to lean my heart forward a little bit and soften my shoulders. I'm feeling a big stretch in my right hip, right glute muscle. Letting my shoulders relax. Coming up to sit, we'll cross the knee all the way over. Maybe circle that ankle a few times. So I've got my right leg on top of my left, knees are nestling. And I'm just going to twist my torso using my core, twisting to the right, and then I can bring my hands into a posture, into a way that supports my twist to the right. slowly coming back to center and switching sides. I got my left ankle over my right knee or something like that. Grabbing onto what's available and just seeking out that sensation, stretching sensation in my left hip. So I might lean forward a little bit, or I might already be feeling a lot. Finding my breath, softening my shoulders. You can sit up tall, cross the knee over, twist the torso using the muscles to the left, and then let the hands rest wherever they support this the best. And my chin is level with the earth. Can I let go of my shoulders? One more big breath. And then we're coming back to center and taking one more big stretch, stretching everything. Making any other movements the body's asking for. And then we'll close with a very short meditation. So I'd like you to find a posture that feels really comfortable. Maybe take that sip of water or put on a layer if you're feeling chilly. And we're just going to close the eyes if you feel safe doing that, or cast the gaze down towards the floor. Got my hands resting in my lap. I'm feeling my feet on the earth, the seat in the chair. And I'm lifting up from my torso and allowing my shoulders to just drape down. And I'm noticing my breath, noticing how my breath feels in comparison to the beginning of our session. I could repeat my intention. And once again, I am breathing into my heart space. If it's useful for me to do so, I could rest my hands once again over the heart. And as I breathe, I can feel the hands lift. I can feel my chest lift. We must take the utmost care and kindness in all things, and that begins with ourselves, taking care of ourselves. So I'm going to envision myself in my mind's eye as a child, and maybe even a baby, and asking myself, what does baby Annie need today? And that's what I will do. Directing this care and kindness towards your own heart space. May I be happy and content in life. Repeating those words inwardly, cultivating a feeling of compassion for oneself. May I be happy and content in life. You could say the words out loud, or you can say them inwardly. And now may I be well in body, mind, and spirit. Directing that compassion inwardly. May I be well in body, mind, and spirit. May I be safe from inner and outer hurts. Sending this love and compassion to yourself in all phases of your life. As a child, as an adult. May I be safe from inner and outer hurts. And finally, receiving this from yourself, may I live with ease, joy, and peace. May I live with ease, joy, and peace. And we'll take the hands at heart center and just widen our awareness out now to this wonderful group of Walden friends, whether they're here live or watching the recording. Just sending out all of our beams of light to each other and feeling those beams of light and love come back to us. You're never alone in our wellness community. And I'll just close our class and invite you to join me or just listen to the sound of 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. Breathing in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thanking you so much for your practice today, my friends. So wonderful to see such a big group. And I hope to see you later this week. We'll have a sound meditation on Friday at 2 p.m. And that will be maybe from this basement. We'll see what happens with my internet. Thank you so much for your patience with my ever-changing backgrounds. And please feel free to reach out via email if you have any questions or thoughts or anything at all. anngrace@iwmf.com.